just go jump right into it. I'm pressing record again. So hopefully
Cool.
this is part 2 of our stream tonight because my computer decided that it did not like that it liked gremlins more than it liked me, and that makes me sad. So we are now going to go live. Among the Kaiju, no. I won't. All right, confirm the live. And transition to the same thing because I'm bad at this. There we go. All right, everybody. Hopefully we're back. We are back with everyone at the correct volume levels, and I will run to make sure that the stream is working correctly. So hi, that was fun. I had some minor technical gremlins, and this is what happens. What's that?
Technical graboids.
Technical graboids, way better.
They're trying to fight back.
Yeah. And I firmly blame our choice of Buffalo people naming on that. So, did we come to an agreement on the Buffalo person names?
No, we bullshit about Tremors and Shadowrun.
We bullshit about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Awesome. All right, so
I still like Buffalonians.
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 So you do like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TMNT like acronym for them. It's like peasants, buffalo.
Pacifistic. Remember we talked about that. They're pacifist.
It's true. It's true.
Pacifist, agrarian. Oh god.
That's the name. Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, exactly.
It is now.
Pacifists.
But they have been.
See, they wanted my religion the whole time.
Yeah, they've been converted to brain spear point.
How do you spell agrarian?
A-G-R. Agrar.
Like it sounds.
A-R-E-I-I-A-N.
Yeah.
Or I could just, type it out like not a putz.
Awesome. So that is right. It just looks wrong. Okay, cool.
The Winrow? I don't know if I've ever heard that name before.
Winrow, what's that?
That would be the Iroquois tribe that was
Yeah,
around
it's
Buffalo.
Oh yeah. I was looking at that not Tatanka,
Yeah.
but something like Tatanka.
Yeah, because there's the Confederacy, just like the Chimeric peoples.
Well, they were the keeper of the Western Gate, or something along those lines.
All right, so and as I pull up the rules for this, I believe that you were seasoned by force, and you were going to try to call in some friendly neighborhood buffalo men.
Along with just like everybody else, it's like open call. Like we're gonna do this Hoosier style, right? Where it's like, come on down. If you want a watering hole, come help us clear out some graboids.
So does anybody want to assist? Because people can help without you needing to call in treaties.
Yes.
Yeah,
you can just
the
step
fawn
up.
will help out. That seems like a good idea.
And there's a thing about helping people.
Yeah, lend aid. It's a move.
Yeah.
When your family throws its weight behind another, roll plus treaty with them. On a hit, you give them fleeting advantage. On a 7 and 9, you're exposed to any danger, retribution, or unforeseen consequences of their move. So if our little graboid moto rodeo goes wrong, you're in it too.
Yeah, well, I might have some buddies here who can help out, I think. Maybe.
Ooh.
We'll try.
Okay.
Let's see. So we are rolling treaty.
Rolling treaty.
The collective confederacy of chimeric peoples who have a -3 treaty with.
Do you have negative treaty on me? I think treaty is just an amount that you have on someone else. right?
Well, I mean, you have 3 treaty on me, so I guess it would be a
Yeah.
plus 0, but
So
Yeah.
you roll 0, yeah.
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 Doesn't count backwards. That would be rough.
That'd be
That would
amazing.
that'd be
Yeah. Yeah.
But okay, so 2d6 coming out, hot, boop. There's a 9.
All
Yeah.
right.
You're
So at
welcome.
9, your family is exposed to any danger, retribution, or unforeseen consequence of their move. So
Mhm.
you don't actually provide advantage. Oh, on a hit, you get advantage.
Yeah.
So,
So then I still hit.
okay. All right, so you now have advantage on this, Zach.
Awesome.
I need like multiple pages of this. I'm just gonna open Roll20 in a million windows. I'm sure that's fine.
Nothing.
Yeah, so I'm assuming this is a claim by force.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm doing, right?
Yep.
Directing my family to seize or maintain control of a resource.
Roll, yes.
So I'm
Research.
rolling plus grasp.
Mhm.
I've got advantage thanks to Gelnax and his alien field trip.
Yep.
There are no modifiers. Unless somebody wants to throw a treaty at it, there's no modifier. Yes! Nailed it.
Sweet.
Oh wow.
Great.
Okay. So on
Holy
a 6,
Jesus, man.
well, what did you roll? And did you roll with advantage? Keep
2,
2.
Yes, I did. I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 2.
Wow. Okay.
Excellent.
It's impressive.
Okay, so let me set the scene before it goes wrong. Because I'm imagining there's a bunch of like disparate types of groups come trickling in, like half dozen to a dozen members of like the hyena tribe and the like raccoon tribe and the bear tribe and the catfish tribe or whatever, right? And we're all on our stolen ATV vehicles, dune buggies and 4-wheelers and 3-wheelers and whatnot. We all have giant sticks, like harpoons, homemade harpoons, and we are looking to stab and or hog tie some graboids. And somehow the aliens are involved.
Basically, what happens is we've got the skimmer, and we're kind of using that to kind of like keep them in an area, kind of herd them around.
Do you have like some sort of sonic weapon that you're using to?
Well, we've got our thought projectors, our psychic projectors.
There you go. So you're sending them bad dreams or visions of water, right?
Yeah, because they don't like
Ooh.
water. Because
Yeah.
remember, they're kind of shy halud in that sense. But
I have no idea what's this shy halud of which you speak that this is obviously referencing.
no idea whatsoever.
You just don't drown them, please, because that's going to bring up a whole different sort of game that we then have to play. Although that's a great segue into Scum.
I was saying,
I'm
the
just
vending
saying.
machines are bad.
It would be totally on brand for us, though.
Yeah. What happened? Well, we drowned some worms, and then we were playing a different game. Phrasing, I guess. All right.
Then
So
these guys came in and started telling us we had to give them the worms.
I swear I'm paying attention to this. All right, so collection confederates, chimeric peoples, and the fawn. So the both of you are exposed to the danger that's going to happen here. When you make your reaction, it can be hard or soft. I just want to see if they have anything specific here. So, like, you can't succeed.
No, clearly
Oh God,
not.
no.
And, like,
No.
Mm-mm.
it seems it seems rough to erase a surplus out the gate.
I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like if I bring in a bunch of people and I'm like promise my tribe's members that there's something they can do here and be better off, and then it turns out to be a complete boondoggle and or a bunch of them get eaten by graboids, that's probably going to mean that getting recruits is harder. They're not going to be as willing to come
Yeah,
the next time I'm like, there's a nice place over here. We should go check it out and do a thing.
Yeah, and like we were making some progress. Remember, that's what we were trying to do is make further progress, and we just were hosing it on this wild plan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think what happens is I think that it's a total clusterfuck. I think what happens is you find out that there are actually bigger graboids.
Yep.
So those are the little graboids.
Those were just like the baby graboids. And in the process, so like you've got the hyena people, like there's like 6 of them in like a shallow ravine that you're like pouring water into to drown them, because let's just put that out there, right? Like you're in the process of eliminating as many as you can. Oh, you said you were sparing them for the dirt, right?
Yeah.
So you give me a hyena person's name, like Chitara. We'll go with that. Not a hyena person, but the thundercat, which is close enough. So Chitara is like stabbing this thing, and then like she's holding out to her lance, and the graboid starts running, and it takes her with it, which is like a new thing. And then this massive one just swallows her whole. So
this one with like 2 harpoons sticking out of it already just comes
right.
out of it.
There's a guy that's like, shoot her, shoot her. And then
Can I posit the existence of a giant albino graboid?
Yes. It is a giant. It's a great white graboid. In fact, there's one of the hunters. Goes by the name Quinn. He shoots it repeatedly with these barrels that are designed to like keep them close to the surface. Not with 3 barrels, not with 3. And the great white graboid surfaces and grabs like another, like a whole vehicle, like, and brings the whole vehicle down into the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking the thing just like breaches the sand and like picks the skimmer out of the air.
Yeah. So major downside for you, Matt, is that I'm gonna invoke that whole where is it? Y'all are boned in the process.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
your skimmers are damaged. And maybe your family has lost faith in the chimeric peoples. And we're going to give 2 treaty to the chimeric peoples for this, and take away your surplus of meat people.
Oh God, how much treaty do I have now, Matt?
That would put you at 5 treaty with
We
me.
need 5 treaty.
Like we got a lot of catching up to do, you and me.
It's 5 treaty. Yeah, no, I'm imagining like my next character for this is obviously going to be named Queequeg. So Ishmael, the porcupine person.
Ishmael. Yeah, he's a little prickly, but deep down softy.
Next leader's probably gonna be Jonax.
Alright. So Moby Silt over here guarding this. Yeah, there you go. Giant graboid, painted white.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, well, that didn't go so well. Yeah, I'm imagining like in my head, there's like harpoons that are tied off to the like roll bars on dune buggies, and those dune buggies are getting like mostly pulled under the sand, and animal people are scrambling off with them, only to be eaten moments later. It's real bad.
Yeah. So wait,
Slaughter.
I'm almost wondering if like if it's better to have the buffalo people get the short end of the stick here rather than Matt's tribe. But
No, I rolled to assist. I take some hit on this.
okay. All right, cool. Where did my water go? Shit. Get up to do some things and put your water down. Okay. Ah, it is. Yay. All right, yeah. So our first family move out of the gate doesn't go so great.
I think it went amazing.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense that there's a kaiju graboid. I don't know why that didn't cross my mind before. That's perfect.
I don't know why it didn't either. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay, cool. All right. So, who wants to go next?
That looks so great.
Come on in, guys. The water's fine.
Well, like, All right, so I know what I want to do, but I have no idea like what it means in the game.
Okay.
I very clearly want to learn more about kaiju, baby kaiju that we have kind of inadvertently contained. But how we, what that translates to, you know?
That's an uncover secrets. It feels like to me.
What the heck does that mean?
When you want to make use of a discovery your family made, spend the data and add to the map. Maybe not. That's a good one, but it's not quite what you want.
I mean, you're
I mean,
exploiting
Uncover
it.
Secrets
So good.
that's not the same thing or the Uncover Secrets that I see is not the same one that Matt just read.
Yeah.
You roll with plus how many data you've spent so far.
Oh, this is the one
Yep.
on the handout sheets. Let me hop into the other.
Yeah, page 38 is what I'm looking at
Okay.
for the PDF.
This is the thing.
Different versions. Oh no.
Gotcha.
There we go. Yeah, that actually works. That's much better.
Wait, no, wrong one.
So you want to gain a surplus.
Well, I mean, ultimately, I'm looking for progress. This just seems like the best way to get it here, or at least the most likely source of it. I just don't know if how to translate that, I guess, into in-game actions to achieve this.
Well, you're trying to like turn
I
the
mean,
kaiju into something, right?
Well, I'm trying to learn from the kaiju.
Mhm.
Like what makes the kaiju, or useful traits, or anything that I could swipe off of it.
Yeah,
In
but
dungeon mimic me.
that's
So you're wanting to get either a surplus or remove a need of some kind for you, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a claim by force, I think, right?
So it's Uncover Well, Uncover Secrets will tell him what he needs to do in this case.
Mhm.
Because if that's what he's looking for, he's trying to figure out how to get these things, how to make use of it. That's where Uncover Secrets would get him that information.
But claim by force could be an easy way of saying that they set up a perimeter around this hole. They've tied down the kaiju so they can study appropriately,
Yeah.
so nobody gets hurt. So it's like
Right.
securing the
Yeah.
kaiju so
That's
it's not dangerous to research.
And yeah, setting up a research station there, or like the material necessary and the personnel and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, some of the
Sticking-
results of claim by force and kind of fall in line with that.
Right. Sticking a claim on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I think claim by force does actually make the most sense here.
Okay.
Successful claim by force will add a. So what you're looking for is
Well, all right. So I think I have a need progress.
so progress is
It's like
more the
selecting
workings of the
progress.
world than most have. Yeah. Okay.
That's
Need your family has little knowledge of how to exploit the laws of physics, chemistry, or biology. Neat. Okay.
This is fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. So you can call in. Don't forget that you can call in other people to help you out.
okay.
They get to roll plus treaty. Your family will throw away behind another roll plus treaty with them. So if you want to call in help, you can either ask people to lend aid, or you can call in a debt, and you can spend a treaty to forcibly get them to join it.
All right.
I think my family would probably already be helping.
Okay.
We like scavenging. We're running from the graboids anyway. We already have a working relationship with your group.
Yep. The other person I might ask would be the cult, but I have a feeling I suspect they may be mixed on this whole,
Exploit.
Thing?
Yeah.
exploit the kaiju. Yeah.
What are you feeding the kaiju? I guess. is the question.
Yeah. I mean, would you like a chance at glory?
They'll be coming up the mountain. They come.
That song is about death, and I had no idea.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
on a white chariot.
6 white horses and yeah.
Uh,
Okay. It's one of those things you say, and then my brain's like, "Yeah, of course."
just like Ring Around the Rosie. It's one of those.
All of them,
Yeah.
all
Well,
they're
that
all
one-
about death.
That one's the Black Death, and this one's all about like the return of whatever Sky God.
Godfather. All right, yeah. So it's the Chimeric People's Alliance, or whatever we are calling you. You need to come up with a cool acronym.
Yeah, we'll happily help out.
The CCCP.
All right. CCP.
We will definitely help out.
Somehow we have to make that work.
I have 3 treaty on you, so I should be fairly good at this, actually.
Yeah.
Um,
Like the
Boom.
Confederacy of America.
Wow.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Confederacy of Chimeric Peoples is the actual.
Actual
Yeah,
outcome.
so we're 12, so we're all up in this, like coordinating and like. I mean, imagine we have like some of the species with climbing digits are like going down and laying ropes and all these things and.
Like the one sloth person is just like slowly making their way down.
I imagine we just like dangled them over the edge on a rope and they like Cirque du Soleil their way down.
They move so
But
slowly,
super
they don't
slow.
draw any attention.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So lay it out to me. Like, what's the process of you? Oh, you rolled a 6, so that didn't work out too well.
No.
No.
That was from the previous thing.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
That was
no,
the previous
thank you.
thing.
Okay, so scrolling down to 12. Okay, so
Yeah.
and you're not exposed to any danger.
Nope. Well, yeah, no, I just get to help him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're fine.
and also, I trigger my move when my family lends aid or otherwise protects another family without gaining anything in return, or asking anything in return, gain advantage on the joint effort. So we already did that. If the venture is successful, I get to gain a surplus of morale, culture, or motivation.
Ooh.
So-
Ooh,
Shiny.
awesome.
So don't screw this up for me, is what I'm saying.
Awesome.
I'm coming for you.
I'll try.
I
Okay.
think that's asking for something. You're asking for it not to be screwed up. So.
So I want this whole benevolence thing to work out. You better make it worth my while. All right. So yeah, like we are setting up like a forward research station, and I kind of almost feel like they're trying to build like a corral for the kaiju. You know, like where they could, you know, like it's got this area it can go in, and like so we could like selectively cut it in half, and then like be able to safely access the half that it was in. Like I don't think like tying the kaiju down and like, you know, bolting it to the floor or whatever is really the right style for them.
So you meant the area. I thought you meant cutting that kaiju in half. I was like, well, that's gonna kill it.
No.
So, no, so it's like a starfish, then you just get 2 kaiju.
Yeah. You know?
If that's the case, we're fucked.
Well, that would explain how they reproduce so rapidly.
That's
Exactly.
true.
This
That's
is what
true.
happened, right?
They bud.
Clearly why we want to be like them. But yeah, like so almost like a really cool managed habitat thing
Right.
is what we're trying to set up, like a zoo would do or something along those lines. Not
So that-
exactly a
I
zoo.
mean, that seems like a big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like a kind of a long term thing. Because like it's more than just like you're seizing control of kaiju, right? You're setting up like a research station, and right now it's in a big pit.
Yep.
And then you're beginning
Yeah.
to build like this zoo. This kaiju enclosure
Taking
plus.
attempts.
No, just go with the kaiju. Come on. Own it.
Yeah, amazing. I love it. Okay, so roll for the foundation of the kaiju.
Okay. And I think that's grasp. How do you do advantage? What is the command?
If you roll on your sheet, it'll ask you.
Oh,
if you have
okay.
advantage.
That's even easier. I'll learn
For
things.
those of you playing at home, it's 3d6k2.
See, I sort of know what those are, but okay. And then I don't think there's nothing else I can do to like make that better, right? We have the assistance. I don't know.
Don't think so. I don't think you can like throw surpluses at it.
Yeah.
Unless
You
you have
might be
weird
able
stuff
to.
about that though.
Maybe data. Didn't I get a
Data
last
definitely
time?
helps, I think.
But I think it just gives you advantage.
Data gives you advantage, which you already got.
Yeah, so they're losing anything there. Okay. I'm trying to remember where I wrote that down. Yeah, 1 data from the baby kaiju. Okay.
So you can spend a point of tech to give a roll advantage.
Okay.
Power up.
There's another thing you can do. That's it immediately. I see off the bat. So.
Okay.
But you already have advantage.
Yep. All right. So let's go and try it. Oh, modifiers none. Yeah.
What's the worst thing you're talking about?
9.
9's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So for
Sucks.
when you direct your family to seize or maintain control of a resource, roll plus grasp. On a hit, it's theirs, but not without cost. On 7 and 9, choose 2 of these. On a 10 plus, choose 1. You need to commit more assets to securing it. Tie one of your surpluses to the resource. If you lose the resource, you lose a surplus, and vice versa. There is a cost to your victory. Your family gets a need of the GM's choice, or you hurt someone. The GM will say who, and they get 2 treaty on you.
Okay. Well, I just realized that the thing we talked about doing between sessions that we never did, the whole how culture works for me. Because like my all right, well, let's talk about that. One of the family's moves is the family can start cultivating a new product, and basically I give up the surplus for a little while. After a few months, harvest the product, and then you get the surplus back plus another one. The issue here is it also says at the start of each age you can skip the months of cultivation, go straight to the harvest. So I don't know if that happened or not. I know we talked about it.
Yeah.
Partly because we were talking about it because it's like my other thing gives me cool things when we tool up according to what one I have around.
Yeah, I think that it's not so unreasonable to say that you did that.
Okay. Well, and part of the reason I'm thinking that is because I cultured our land and our barter goods. So I would have surplus crops and livestock. The livestock at least makes sense. Actually, I can see either one of those working. Yeah, but I'm going to say surplus livestock because unfortunately this fits in with the family. Is all right. So yeah, going through this, you need to commit to securing it. Tie one of these surpluses of the resource.
Hey everybody on the stream. I'm experiencing audio difficulties right now, so it looks like the audio from everyone else has cut out. So I'm going to switch over to the hold screen while I figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Just in deliberations, no worries.
All right, so we're live again. I don't know what's wrong with my power situation or whatever happened, but so we'll take it all back from your livestock surplus was the last thing that I got clear.
Okay, so we have to figure out what this cost me to set up my kaiju, as you have called it.
No regrets.
I need to yeah. So one of the options is you need to commit to securing it. Tie one of your surpluses to the resource. So I was looking at my surpluses, and my initial thought was tying the livestock to it, but that would mean no, that could work. That part of what my new source of livestock is cultivated from the kaiju in some way. Does it have some kind of like small, reasonable size thing like that infests it and grows off of it or something?
Yeah, that's so gross that I say yes.
Yeah, right. So that works.
Like it has fleas the size of like goats.
Yeah, that's awesome. But anyway, that source of livestock that I have is now basically flea goats. So we'll totally take that. And I'm gonna go with you hurt somebody. The GM will say who, and they take 2 treaty on you. There's some options that definitely spring to mind.
Okay. All right, I have added the annotation that the small kaiju is infested with goat-sized fleas, which you have cultivated.
Ooh, that's awesome. I even get a few exemplary examples of the bred animals.
Gross.
The finest monster flea.
I could have flea monster mounts.
Or like chariots pulled by giant fleas.
God,
Do you-
this is
Goat
horrifying.
fleas, Mike. Goat fleas.
Do you have an entire
Basically,
legend?
Basically, alien Thor.
Do you have an entire legend now devoted to these things? Especially if you get one that's golden. You name it Jason and the
Oh.
golden fleas.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Haven't gotten Adam to rage quit yet. I'll keep trying.
I wasn't even listening, so
That's really good, though.
GM's talking. Tune him out. Tune him out. All right. We got. All right. So you are tying your livestock, I believe, to it.
Yep, my surplus livestock is tied to the kaiju.
So.
And then we did something. Somehow this worked out to someone else's disadvantage. We have hurt them and we owe them. That is up to you, though.
Okay. I mean, the obvious thing is like an accident, and like several of the CCCP peoples, the chimeric peoples, are like devoured by the kaiju.
Can I posit a connection between this and the graboid situation, wherein you people were too busy setting up your kaiju to build the graboid repellents, and so we just had to do this shit on our own?
You got sick of us being like, that is next on the priority list. We're thinking about it, but we have to
They
secure
were
the
too busy taming the flea goats.
That's right.
Again, and
Your
yeah,
request is important to us.
So suddenly my Hoosier situation becomes a Sooner situation, where a bunch of people are claim jumping out into the graboids to like, because they couldn't wait anymore. They wanted to get the prime spot, and you guys were clearly never coming through, right?
You said they would be here.
Awesome.
So as my needs, I don't know. I was gonna take morale, or as my surplus for We Not Men. I was gonna take morale, but now I might take motivation.
Oh, that's awesome.
Splendid.
All right. I'm not sure that we coined the term kaiju, but I'm gonna pretend that we did.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kaiju. Oh, apparently that's no. I'm not even gonna. No.
No, don't even. Not
Did you
even.
just get attacked by Rule 34?
Nope. It's something else. We're just gonna continue forward. All right. So Zach, you
I
got.
posited Jurassic Park.
So you've got. Jurassic Park is pretty good too. Chthonic Park is also excellent. So Zach, do you have morale on your sheet as your surplus that you gained from this?
No, so my options were a culture, morale, or motivation, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna take morale, and like we were gonna have a win
Right.
after the whole graboid situation, but I think instead I'm gonna have morale as a need because we're still getting our asses kicked.
Yeah.
But now we know why. So we're taking motivation instead.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. Adam, you appear to want to say a thing. Well, so hang on. Do we have everything on the map to Trapped small kaiju infested. Someone's lives are tied to this. Kaiju Zoo.
I don't know if anybody else can see it, but I'm not on the map. I'm not on the map screen currently.
Am I really not?
Yeah.
No,
we're on
I
the
think you are. You are for the stream, but you're not for us.
Yeah.
Like we're not looking.
Oh
at
my
the map.
god, I'm so sorry.
Nah,
it's hitting everything.
it's fine.
The other one has notes on it too, so it's like I'm like, oh,
Oh, there it is.
Goddamn. Yeah.
Oh. That's a thing.
I love this art of the graboid.
It's real strong. It's real strong.
Okay, so do we need anything else to mark on the map that Smellius has a kaiju in progress? Like I think that's you're controlling this resource, right? Like I need like logos for the people to put on the map to show that you own it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there art for them in the book?
There's got to be like a
I
family,
mean, there's art, but are there like?
yeah.
like an
Oh,
icon.
for the
Yeah, there's
yeah.
icons for each of these. No, that's not what they
Yeah.
are. Yeah, they're called. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
just-
the cultivators of the new flesh.
yeah, but the icon represents the game type as opposed to the.
Yeah, it's not the.
Oh yeah.
specifically.
I'll have to go find a thing. Let me see if I can dig up the Simic emblem for you.
That would be appropriate.
Yep, I know my audience.
It might be the gruel then. I'm pretty sure I'm the gruel.
Probably. Yep, there we are.
Mongrel folk from D&D. I'm sure they can find.
Do we want
Also,
color or
yeah.
black and white? Let's just go color. I'm just feeling sassy.
I just want a tiny inflatable T-Rex costume person.
We can do that.
All right. Is there a place where it talks about how surpluses and stuff act? Because like I needed crops, but if surplus went through, I have my surplus of crops. Do they cancel out?
Yes.
Okay, they just negate each other. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It's on
Good.
page 31 for surplus and need.
Okay, 31. I should probably read what that says then.
Ooh,
Reading.
wow, that is nice.
Yep.
Wow, man, on the ball.
Give me thing, and I will do. And himself.
That's actually fair. The gruel is actually pretty appropriate. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Both of those are really good.
The other option would be this.
Also solid.
Jeez, it's a raccoon. I can't show the internet, but like, it's
You
great.
can make it his
Honest.
icon.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I think
like,
gruel does work though. Gruel is pretty strong.
That might work. If I could just have just the dang kid, that would be beautiful. That's awful. I love it. Sorry, keep going while I noodle around with this stuff.
no problem. Do we? Yeah, you don't own a resource yet, Zach, so it's all right. Jesus,
Nope.
what the
I
fuck
do
is wrong
not.
with me? God damn.
Oh,
I
can-
apologize.
Nothing's mine yet.
I can make my play.
I just have 5 treaty on
Yeah.
2 of the other 3 families. Is all.
Yeah. Everyone
Yeah.
owes you big.
yep.
One of these days, you're gonna have to stop kicking us around.
So wait, Jonathan, you said what was the bad thing that happened?
The first bad thing was that my livestock resource is tied to it. And the other one was that we pissed someone off. We hurt somebody in the process.
Okay.
It was
And that was us.
yeah. We were going with Zach.
And they've already gotten 2 treaty on you?
Yeah, that would put him at 5. So I think we
Yeah, I had 3 to start.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Adam.
So I'm going to use the aspect of maintaining control of a resource for my claim by force role here. And I would like to basically just start moving cultists into the Buffalonian land.
All right, I like it.
And I would like to argue that the moves of my character would grant me advantage on this.
Because you have established that in the fiction earlier with mind controlling people.
Just enchanting them. And
Sorry.
handsome person.
Yes. Probably. I feel like some resource should be expended on it as well, but you're probably right. Probably fine.
There was risk to the earlier move, so
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine. That's reasonable. All right. Sure. Are you going to call in any help?
I did no.
Very well.
Can I just show up?
You're just watching.
Maybe.
Just watching through the window.
We are the Buffalo people, is all I'm saying. Right? Technically,
I
they're
mean,
mine.
as far as I can tell, you just sacrificed a bunch of them to the graboids. So
They volunteered.
I believe
Well,
you
number one,
made
they
them
volunteered.
volunteer.
Second of all, first they volunteered. Number two, you using sacrifice as a bad thing.
He learned it by watching you.
We found a kaiju. We fed some people to it. You should be happy about this.
You did it the wrong way. Okay.
You didn't even use 5 of the sacred herbs and spices.
Did you anoint them with sacred oil? I don't know. Is there air?
Damn. Okay, so it's a 7.
All right. Well, that sounds not bad. Some successful. 7 and 9, right?
Yes.
Notably, you got 1, a 4, and a 2. Wow. And the dice do not like this group, man.
No, they're not happy today with our moves.
I mean, in general, but yeah, that too.
Okay, so obviously tying recruits to this. So we need to maintain the land for the people. We need the people to maintain the land.
The land is the people of the land.
Yeah.
Do not bring Barovia into this, I swear.
I don't know that I can't not. All right. So you are tying the people to it. So let's go ahead and cultist, red path, population, tied. And what's the other downside going to happen?
So I think it's kind of like, completely negating the point of this roll, but I think there was a cost to my victory, and you get to decide that I have a new need. So I'm just basically replacing the need of land for something else.
I mean, that's kind of how the game is played, though, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to improve my poor faction's mood here, but
so, like, part of what's turns out is going on there is the Buffalo people take direction like perhaps too well, right? They've languished here without a strong leader. They've just, what they really need is a driving force to tell them what to do and step in and control their destiny. So I'm going to give you a need of leadership.
okay, well, I have a surplus of leadership, so apparently we're already set.
They cancel each other out.
So you erased my surplus instead.
The CCC pony is amazing, Zach.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's
I'm
pretty
not.
solid.
There's some good stuff out there. Let me tell you.
Yeah, when you go hunting, you can find things.
Let me tell you.
I'll save as. All right, and you now have control over this resource. And here's your little logo.
The resource being the land specifically.
Yes, the land.
Yeah. not the people, the farmland, the lands.
The land, yeah.
Oh wow, we should like have like wow, this needs to be like a thing. So the kaiju, you know what? We'll put it in bold. Can I put just this one thing in bold? The farmland? No, I can't. Fuck. All right. We'll add a new thing. Bold. Text. Wait, how is this in bold? Oh, because it's the. Shit. Wow. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm having this little thing. Like, this is the perfect sort of game where like you have the icons for each one of these things, and then you can like match them up to each other. Like, this game needs a web toolkit. I'm telling you. Yeah. Or like, I need access to like the tokens from like Mars or something or other. The path of. I'll call this land. Okay, that's good enough. I think. All right. So the does that make sense? That makes sense. Fine. Okay, so you've brought the people in, and they've been all like the red path. So like, how do you integrate with these buffalo people? Is it just like you they're being used as like a labor force because they are farmers, peaceful farmers that have lived outside the path of the graboids for generations?
No, I think we have a normal kind of relationship, like with a church and a town. There's trade, there's exchange. I don't think I exploit the locals.
Have you created a printing press and are you printing up a Bible for them to read?
I mean, Bible's a standard kit for us, so we always have a good way to share the good word.
It's just a recipe book. Come on, don't put airs on.
Anoint thyself in butter. Sprinkle thyself with basil. Awesome. Okay. So Jonathan, Matt, it's Matt's turn. I believe Matt is the one who has not had the fawn does not have a chance to take a family action.
Yeah, I kind of jumped in and helped out the Chimeric Collective peoples and kind of got our asses whipped up and down for that. You know, I'm not certain what I want to do. Like, I feel like there are a couple different ways to go here. I feel kind of like wanting to insinuate the fawn into the society, get people dependent on them to a certain extent.
Okay.
So I guess that's a subterfuge, maybe? Something like that.
So you want to infiltrate another faction?
Mm-hmm. Though I don't know how much of it is infiltrating so much as just kind of showing up and then getting themselves into parts of power. So that way they can kind of steer the societies.
Okay. All right, and you're going to use this against another family?
Well, I mean, it just is when we infiltrate other factions. The action we take depends on what we choose to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking they want to steer people away from that spring just because those graboids are just going to be trouble. See if we can find a different place for them to go that might work out just as well or better.
So you're infiltrating the Zax faction?
Yeah, I mean that's what that sounds like. Although you can imagine there's a ton of them just like out there doing independent graboid fishing.
I mean, it may be that like there's a splinter of your faction that have become graboid worshippers.
Oh god.
Or like
Ranchers.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
convinced
yeah.
that they're going to be graboid ranchers.
Graboid ranchers.
Okay.
They're trying to be graboid ranchers. So, yeah, I think we can go on some sliding for that and
Okay.
try that out. All right, let's go. That should do. That.
And
Oops,
eat.
no, that's not right.
Okay.
That's not right. Did it wrong. Darn it.
What's
That's only
wrong?
that's only a 6. I didn't realize
6.
how the whole thing worked. So I
Oh, you gave yourself a plus
I gave
2?
myself-
Oh.
Yeah, I gave myself an extra +2 by mistake.
Okay.
Nice try.
So I'm
Just-
Dice
doesn't
are
matter.
not friendly.
No, they do not like me.
Or does Gilnax get eaten and become...
Well,
You
this is
like-
a family move, collectively.
Okay. Well, yeah, but we've already talked about how... Are they now coming down out of the ship? Because wasn't Gilnax the only one on the service?
No. They're dispersed all over the place.
Okay.
Like, remember, the whole thing is we can't get back to the ship.
Okay. So what I'm picturing here is that one of you goes over and tries to do the like deconversion thing for these
Trying to
graboid worshippers, and instead you become martyred and become the first saint of their graboid.
Like, this poor fawn is just trying to, like, deprogram them. It's like, watch, there's nothing to fear here. And so he goes to try and fight one of the graboids, and the big one just gulps him. And that's... And they're like, it is a sign!
And like all like now on rocks all over that depression, there's a picture of like the one fawn in this like the shiny silver suit standing, and then this giant white worm. That's
Like, looming over him.
it's the stained glass window, the first stained glass window of their religion. Essentially,
It's what he would have wanted.
all right. I've renamed the valley Starman Memorial Valley,
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
and yeah. So I'm gonna put a little I resource here, like art, right? Because that's a thing, right? We've generated surplus in need because
God,
that's a thing
did my
that people have.
Did my people generate culture?
Yes.
Trigger a renaissance for your people.
Is culture a thing? Like, how does culture work?
Culture's well, there's a culture resource.
Yeah.
Why can't I find culture in the resources? Huh.
Let's see. It should be there.
I
don't think
believe
it's
there's. I believe. I know that there are like family moves that are called culture.
yeah.
Family
Like my
ties.
big one is culture, but it's not like culture. It's like growing stuff culture.
Like rare
Mhm.
materials,
So looking at the list of surpluses,
prestige, trade.
artisan crops.
Oh, artisans. That would be it, wouldn't it?
Well,
Yeah,
artisans is like
They're like
it's
people,
like
skill crafters.
the people who are really good at drawing the graboid eating the alien are
Or luxury. Luxury would be a good one as well.
trade, scavengers, transport.
Prestige, rare materials.
Wait, what are we trying to figure out? Sorry, I missed that part.
I don't know.
What,
It's like
what represents the fine statuary and murals created by Zach's people in memoriam of the Starman eaten by the graboids in Starman Memorial Valley.
justice.
Oh,
I feel like the collective American peoples do need justice. They just don't know it.
It's definitely a thing we're coming around on.
Good-
what
gonna
would
call
that
it
be,
Della.
Matt?
Luxury.
Let's say
We'll go
What
call
is
it
that for
luxury.
you?
stranded starfarers.
No, the individual ones. Do you have
Oh.
a death move?
Oh no, my Gelmax didn't get eaten. Gelmax wouldn't do that. It's stupid.
No, this
Yeah,
was
like-
random.
Oh, it's some random one. Okay.
This was Brian. This was the Fawn's Brian, essentially.
Phonar.
Phonar.
Because definitely the Fawn do not have leadership, so like them going off and doing their own random little projects is not without precedent.
I would just like to point out that if I just gained luxury as a resource, that means that everyone in the homeland wants pictures of an alien being eaten by
By
a
gremlin.
giant white worm.
I mean, turnabout's fair play.
Well, it's not claimed, right?
Those are just sitting there? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sitting there along with the water?
It's now something that can be claimed. Statuaries.
Jeez.
Well, the next thing I'm doing is creating an artisans guild, and we're just gonna bombard the homeland with paintings of an alien being eaten by a giant white graboid on velvet.
With spikes.
Oh.
All right. I've added the resource of luxury. Don't zoom in too much. It's a terrible, terrible image. I love it. It's the fourth result of statue I found on Google. It's a large naked fat guy.
Seems about right.
So there we go. All right.
Those spacesuits add like 30 pounds. It's fine.
It contains a bunch of life support equipment. All right.
I mean, literally, it adds like 30 pounds.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What are you folks up to next?
Cool. Yeah, we gotta figure out what's the next task here. Like we've got the families have not had much luck this. Like how much time has passed? Is that like?
That's only
Just a
been
month?
like a couple years, I want to say, if that.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a succession of years,
Yeah.
right? A few at least.
Enough time for people to settle in, kind of make some life, start making life for themselves. I mean, if nothing else, what I will say is Gilnax is feeling that restlessness again and feels the need to go out exploring to see if he can find some
So,
new stuff.
do we get any idea, like, when time passes, do we get any idea what other factions are doing? Like, all the threats that we created, do we get an idea, or do we have to actually specifically go out and search out those threats?
I mean, I think that you get an idea, right? Like it's
You
not.
know what we're doing?
No, not what we're doing. What, like, all the threats we created
The
during
predators,
family creations?
Town,
Right.
the
Yeah.
environment, those things.
They should definitely get a turn. I don't know if that's specified in here.
Because I feel like those are like story hooks that we can use. But if we have to, keep on rolling to find those hooks, I think we're all just going to go negative mood real fast.
Or start there.
I think everyone actually starts in negative mood.
Well, no, I mean even further.
Yeah.
More negative.
The way we've been rolling has been bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, during this time, Luke probably would have tried to organize the battle-hardened survivors of the graboid debacle into a hunting party to go drive out the crows, or liberate more peoples from the crows.
Okay, let's do that.
I mean, I don't know if everybody else's family would be on board with that or be driven that direction.
Well, I mean, it's
Unless
something
they're
where
invading the new homeland.
well, you're establishing, hey, I'm going to go do this, and then you can call for aid, right? And if people want to join you, they can send a representative for their family. Otherwise, they can quick gen a CCC peer person to join you for the scene. Because the quick characters is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, Loop's gonna lead a war party into the crow territory.
Yeah. Back where we last saw him, and where she knows them to be. And the idea is to just drive them off. Into the sea if necessary.
Gilnox is down to go kick some crow ass.
So are you looking for the ones that you saw over in the Scorching Plateau, or the ones that down in Buffalo territory?
I think we would probably clear out the Buffalo territory first, just because we're kind of starting to populate that now.
Okay.
But I wouldn't discriminate, because the crows are jerks.
That,
It's true.
that's racist.
But true.
It's not racist, it's true.
Also, it's racist, but it's not eugenicists, unlike some of them.
No comment.
What if the crow has an eyeball?
Eyeballs.
Squishy gooey goodness.
Alright. So we'll establish the crows on the outskirts of Buffalo territory, right? They've got like the cow people, right? Herds.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I imagine we can probably pitch these crows as some degree of threat to all of us, right? Like
Yes.
they are here capturing our people, potentially driving us off our land. Those poor, naive new Buffalonians really can't do with contact with crows.
Yeah. No, the crows are untamable. They'll have to go.
All right, Adam and Jonathan, does your family gonna participate in the Great Crow Off?
Yeah.
Great crow off. Yeah. 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 I'm gonna keep saying yeah until it happens. Yeah, okay.
Think about the new genetic information, right?
Well, well, and the way that I'm justifying it in my head and character is that, well, clearly they should have some help doing this, but, good for them for trying, but...
Bless their hearts.
Exactly. Exactly.
I will make a quick character though.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll say some quick characters for the folks that aren't coming along.
That's just me.
Space Pope's not coming with us?
No, he's on his own. He's doing his own thing.
Kind of figured. Gelnax is the wandering warrior, and the scientist is the kind of person who likes to involve themselves in everything. But the Space Pope had other things to do. Makes
Well,
sense.
and, I get to, so we're going to tool up. I get to use one of those things.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Do I get to bring ferocious goats with me?
Go, please.
Yeah, flea goats. Let's see here. Evolutionary elite.
I get something weird.
Take along gear according to
Yeah.
family's assets.
All right, Adam, quick character starts on page 68. I don't know if you have that already.
I was looking at the inheritance, so 68. Jeez, I wish there was somewhere I could. I guess I'm just gonna make a notepad. I want a quick character sheet. Okay, so I have
Do you
plus
want
1,
me to
0, 0,
for you?
minus 1. No, it's cool. I can just do this.
Yeah.
So I imagine if Zach is going out on a like with a war band, he's probably bringing someone that can fight. Or
Yeah.
would you rather have someone that can fight or someone that can track? Who would you?
I can track fairly well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do a force plus 1, lore 0, steel 0, sway minus 1.
What kind of person are you?
I guess like a bear person.
Nice.
So it says add your family bonus. Is that my family bonus?
No, it's the
No,
it's
never
the-
mind.
Zach's family bonus.
So it is it's either steal or sway.
Okay, we'll add it to steel then. Okay. Gear, take gear according to your family's assets.
Our assets are have one accessory that marks them as more than an animal. So a scarf, engineering tools, religious symbol. But we also have hit and run tactics. The natural hide as our and stolen off-road vehicles as our transportation.
Okay. I think he has a beret, like as in a ranger's beret.
Nice. A bear in a hat.
Yes.
Comrade Bear.
Are you going to be on a tricycle? Like, are you going to be on a three-wheeler?
Trike. Nice.
Oh, yeah. I guess that'd be. Or think of one of those. I can't think of the name of it, but one of those really rugged ATV, UTVs. They have a name, and I can't remember them.
Would it be Universal Terrain Vehicle or something like that?
Well, the UTV is but it's a specific brand. But whatever. It's the trick might be just more hilarious.
Do whatever.
Yeah, I mean, looks it's a masculine, scowling, squinting bear that's muscular. Oh god, I need a name.
muscular squinty bear. Like ISIS is right there. There's a ton of different bear names.
Just go with Kato.
Kato. Babu.
So you could be a sibling, child, cousin, aunt, rival, protege, or peer of the family's main character.
Peer
I got-
sounds about right.
Are you a rival? Like, are you?
Right? Competing for leadership of the family.
Maybe because I think I'm about to tag leader actually on my sheet because I'm addressing a threat to my
It
family.
could be like one of those like over the top anime rival situations where we're like originally childhood friends, but then, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which one's Bakugo? Which one's Deku?
I was thinking even worse though from what was it, Black Clover, whatever the hell it is. But yeah. So yeah, we're rivals. Clearly don't know how to handle this crow situation. You let them steal your weapon, which is
Unforgivable.
a disgrace in my opinion.
But I got another one because we're gonna gear up when we leave.
Yeah, using like your secondhand weapon. But I was gonna take.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say as your inheritance move, might I suggest loose uplift because it looks
Yeah.
baller.
That's what I was gonna do.
Nice.
And then I had it was page 159. So loose uplift, you can shut off your sapience to become a creature of instincts, gaining advantage and force and +2 armor, but losing the ability to talk, reason, or use tools.
See,
So I
this
have a berserker bear.
Berserk.
Berserker. Damn it!
Berserker.
Berserk.
Berserker. Anyways,
That's actually where the word name originally came from, by the way. Berserk.
Or, I mean-
bear shirt.
I guess pack leader could be useful too.
Pack leader could be fun, especially if we are rivals, and I think show.
All right,
So
Adam, I
progression
gave you a
first.
character for Berserker because it deserved it.
Okay.
All right, so Loop, you are leading this group into the Badlands, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm imagining it's like y'all are on like ATVs or like motorcycles or some shit, right?
Yeah, well, I have the dune buggy, right? Because we've already sort of established that. But yeah, like all of these like animal people are on behind me on their off-road motorcycles or their ATVs or their various scavenged.
Mad Max caravan.
Yeah.
Right. And like you leave, like the scene starts with you like in this idyllic farmland, and you can see that like these pillars have been popping up, and they're like Adam, what's your church's version of a crucifix? Like there doesn't be like pillars to like remind people to like pray during the day and out in the farmlands or something like that. Like I'm trying to imagine, like, is it just like a claw or like a tooth, or like is it just a red banner that you put up?
I think it would be sort of like it would be the claw marks, but registered like red claw marks, like in along like a long banner or something like that. So it looks like a kaiju had torn it.
Okay, nice. Okay, so yeah, you see these poles with this new the red torn banner erected throughout the halls, and like the camera follows as this Mad Max convoy leaves this kind of idyllic farmland. It's got like the cow guy, and he's like resting his chin on the top of the handle of like a pitchfork as he's chewing like a piece of like hay or straw or something. And like the people zoom by, and there's like it's a road, but it's like the old forgotten like dusty road. It's not like particularly well paved anymore. But there's like the occasional telephone pole that kind of sticks up out of the grassland. And then like you're driving towards like the air is dark, like the sky's getting darker as you drive towards whatever your destination. It's like you're driving towards dusk, sort of thing. And before long, you can start seeing like the signs of scavenger birds, like bodies that have been picked over by like a skeletal like cow person that was trying to like crawl away from the crow territory, the crow aggregate world space, because I had to do cost somehow. And like their bones are picked clean, and like a set of like colorful stones are arranged around this skeleton, marking the start of bird territory.
Okay. So first, I want to run something past you.
Yes.
Mike. I have one of my role triggers for leader is mark when the thing you survived threatens your family. Say how they'll need to change to survive it. Right? The crows threatened me, or the crows are the thing I survived. They're threatening my family, and the way we're going to need to survive it, what we're going to need to do to survive it, is get organized and go take them out first.
Okay.
Does that all track?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'll mark leader. I'll go ahead and take able guide. When I forge a path, others can come with me. They must decide before I roll. Yeah. So I will. Is it like a circle of colorful stones? Is this a thing I've seen that marks the edge of crow territory?
Yes, it's very much like they like to leave colorful stones around things to denote, because for the birds they see it as like kind of partly precious goods, but also their eyes are drawn to it, like sparkly shiny things, and so they left the skeleton of one of their prey out for people to find, and then they ringed it with colorful stones and like baubles and like bits of glass and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's all like serial killer perfect circle.
Okay. Well, I scan the horizon, see if there's any flying bodies currently.
Nothing yet. There's like a telephone pole, like in another movie where the crows would be standing watching you, and there's like the phantom caw going across this not arid landscape, but like everything's gone fallow, or everything's gone to seed, right? It's just tall grasses blowing in the wind.
I'll turn it as sort of a dress. I'll pull. I imagine like my buggy pulled up next to it, and sort of like the pack stops, like rolls to a stop behind. And I'll stand up in the dune buggy in the driver's seat, and turn around and face them. This is This is an attempt at intimidation. They think they can scare us with their displays. We will take this land back from the crows. They cannot stop us. Not when we are united. I'll like do the Jaffa stick thing with the mining laser above my head.
I mean, it's like there's a crowd, there's a rallying cry, like a chorus of cheers erupts from the animal people with you. I'm sorry, the CCCP, collected Chimerous peoples.
Animal peoples is a slur, Mike.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's your word.
I will sort of action drop back into my seat and slam the thing into gear and sort of fishtail into the distance or into the
Towards the horizon.
The immediate foreground. We're gonna go find us some crows to mess up.
So like, let's roll like forging a path or something.
Okay.
Right, because like the goal is to, you're trying to find them, right?
Yeah.
Well,
But
like
like,
a nesting place, right?
Yep.
where is
Yes,
this?
I'm trying to find somewhere I can get them strike at the heart of the crows. It's not navigated through the wasteland. So yeah, forge a path.
Yeah, forge a path is
carries-
perfect for this.
Okay. Dangerous terrain. I am not awesome at forest, but we're gonna give it a shot.
Totally.
Before I go, who wants to come with me?
I mean, Gelnax is riding shotgun.
Okay. So you can pick. You can pick beforehand, and then you have to live with whatever I roll. Okay.
Nobody else?
I was probably that.
Yeah, everyone's coming, right?
All right. There we go. 9. So, 7 or 9, pick 2. I make the trip. Exposed to dangers you travel. The route you took is lost. You can't take gear or other characters with you. It takes a lot longer than you expected. I like you're exposed to danger as you travel, and the route you took is lost because it allows us to come into the next scene on like an action shot of this valley collapsing behind us or something as the crows fill it in with rocks.
Or like, sorry, go
Just so you know, Zach, if you want to admit that you don't know what you're doing, Kato would be happy to help out.
Wow.
Wow.
And maybe
feel
bump
like
this
what
to a
would
10 plus.
Ooh.
Ooh,
If
tempting.
I admit I don't know what, if I look for help. No, I would rather have the bad situation. You're going to have to take command from me.
See, what I'm imagining is we're driving along through the grasslands, and then all of a sudden the crow people just erupt out of the grass. Where they
This is just gonna be-
roosting.
Fodder for later when I can tell the rest of the kin that what a foolish leader they have.
Mm-hmm. When I get court-martialed?
Mm-hmm. He's already led us to the deaths of many.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say that the danger that you're exposed to is like the crows' slave armies.
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh,
Right.
no.
They're these cowfolk, driven to madness and starvation, attack you with like crude bone and horn tools.
The Mad Cow Army.
Exactly. Perfect. Yeah, there's incoherent howling moo noises as they charge out of the fields at you and like throw themselves in front of your vehicles, right? And like there's no like y'all aren't injured, but your vehicles are wrecked because they wind up like charging into them, and they're all slaughtered. They're killed as they throw their bodies onto your vehicles.
So what you're saying is there are no level-headed cows here.
I mean, after they roll into your tires, they're much lower than they were before.
Ooh.
Okay.
So that's a lot longer than you expected because your vehicles take damage. You got to stop to repair them. and they're like exposed to danger, like does that cause like sanity injury to somebody? Or like, oh, you know what? We'll roll a D4 because there's 4 of you, and one of you will be have your injury level increased by 1 from like an errant like horn spear hurled. And let's see, Discord order says Adam, and the bear is injured. Comrade, work harder.
I think you took. I was dodging cows, right? And then I hit one, and it came up over the top. And you're like,
Rawr.
and took the hit in remembrance of our old friendship.
Yeah, I'll be the one that defeats you, not some random cow.
So good.
All right.
Pure rivalry.
Perfect. Yes. Okay. So you get there, right? So you are now deep in crow territory, and like you know that they know that you're coming because they had set effectively a trap for you, or maybe they just have these cow watchers out there at all times.
Yeah, one day we ran over a bunch of cows, and there was a lot of mooing and smashing and
Right.
horns, and they've just been like flying overhead since then, waiting for us to go.
And like so like the Crow City is oh man, what's the Crow City gonna look like? Like there's this it's gonna be like a forest, right?
I thought it was one giant dead tree that they've hollowed out.
You know what? It's an
Is it?
old skyscraper.
I was about to say that. Yeah, it's a skyscraper that they've got nests on. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like and it's got that tree look to it, right? Because like the lower floors are just abandoned and empty and just skeleton, and like the top like has more and more stuff built out around it. That's an amazing visual. I love it. All right. And yeah, so you come to that, and there's a cloud sort of thing of crows like circling, and you know what? We're gonna go full like nonsense action movie, right? And they a massive crow flies down to you, and it's all it's like it's part metallic, and it's got like wires and shit sticking out of its back.
Oh god, it's a cyber crow.
It's a cyber crow. And it like
Billboard.
yeah, and it's got like it totally has like one of those red laser pointers on the side of its head, and it does the crow thing of like quirking at you and like looking at a few places, and it like flutters its wings. And they're all like metallic. There's like no actual like normal feathers on its flying bits anymore. Maybe it's got like a jetpack. I don't know. And it's like it's the size of your car, right? It's this massive thing, and like the ground shakes a little bit when it crashes down to the ground, and it quirks out this ear deafening quark thing, and then like speakers from its back, from its electronic parts, grind out something in the common tongue that is like, you know, you have come to our lands in your noisy vehicles made of death. We can see the blood of our slaves on your vehicles. You've ignored our warnings. Why have you come here? Why do you court death? Do you come to know why they call us a murder?
That's like real solid.
Alex is just about to shoot this thing. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, like I'm already unslinging the cannon from across my shoulder.
If
You can get closer, you could do more damage.
How far away is it?
To his tribe.
I mean, I don't think Kato stopped.
You just like ran, like kept walking.
Are you
forward.
going to crash into
Well,
it, or are you going to drive around it?
Yeah, I'm assuming I'm in the vehicle. So So one of the things also for making a quick character is you have to choose a role.
Also, you guys have lances, and just the idea of
True.
functionally a mechanized
Ooh,
cavalry
jousting.
is amazing. Oh, it's the joust video game, guys.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck.
We're gonna have winged combat like that later on.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
hmm
All right, Adam, go
all
ahead.
right.
So I was going to say, one of the last thing I didn't say about making a quick character is you have to choose a role. So I chose the agent role, which I have to say a narrow field I'm an expert in. And we already have hit and run tactics as one of our gear slots, but I think I've taken it to the next level. And I have mastered the art of like blitzkrieg tactics
Okay.
and probably have a small faction of bears, like the Rolling Thunder kind of.
Oh god.
They know how to fight with their bare hands. Come on.
Bare hands.
Just one of you has a horn that plays circus music. Like there's like
A calliope.
Dread circus music.
like a dozen bears on their three-wheelers just
This is the ancient war call of our tribe. How dare you make light of it?
Gillick's like, I remember hearing that once.
Oh.
The proud ancestors of the bear people used to perform their,
We threw peanuts at them.
ritual dance and whatever to this music.
Bouncing on the balls.
It's the teleport warrior training, right? The bouncing on a ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Definitely.
That's not how it looked at the time.
Shh. Makes perfect sense.
okay. Can I? So I have a family move, right?
Okay.
Does when your family fights for survival or supremacy? Is that what we're doing right now? Are we fighting for supremacy over the crows or
Sure.
survival?
Yeah.
All right. You can gain one need.
Oh, it's when your
reduce
family
morale
though. Is it?
or motivation. Well, I mean, we mobilized a bunch of.
Yeah, but
of,
can you actually use them in reality? Because that's generally something you have to bring
Well,
hard to tool up.
Yeah.
Because
I've got an idea. if you want to say.
like for my tool up, I can use the Inquisitors or the Evangelists as
Mhm.
representatives of my family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, Kano, well, because he asked us why we're here, right? This is what the crow is going on about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clearly we're here to trade. We have these marvelous new gnats that are excellent at the grooming of large reptilian descended animals, such as yourself, sir. And then I'm going to bring my pack of followers.
Your battle
My
fleas?
Yeah. And it's like, if you'd let them demonstrate on you, perhaps they will clear away all minor mites and all kinds of things, and you'll find them wonderful. I assume I have to make some kind of roll.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yes. This is the perfect time for some sort of roll. I mean, that's like
Yeah.
it's not
I assume
diffuse. I mean, maybe it
Oh,
is
where's the-
diffuse.
Well, no, because like step 2 is I tell them to eat him while they're close to him.
Gotcha.
It's
yeah, no-
kind of a fierce assault.
Well, all right. So like, when they do the thing, it's their quality that gets rolled. I'm just trying to provide the opening to get them close enough to it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I don't think this is the first assault. I'm not certain what the heck it is, but
I mean,
where is?
diffuse, fast talking, or misdirection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that sounds like it. I can either. Well, yeah, probably sway. Because like the other thing is I was sort of going to techno babble at him, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
We'll go with that. We will go with sway. That's fine. I don't think I have anything there. So sway. Standard. Modifiers none.
Oof. Okay.
Wow.
Right. So
I don't think
so
so
this is perfect though. So the cyber crow like allows these flea goats to like step forward, and then it like it opens its beak and like a massive red laser, blasts out
Jesus!
and sweeps across the goat, the goat fleas, the flea goats.
Yep.
And then it booms out. It's like, we will not be fooled by such tactics. We know all. We are the crows.
Okay, just unload on him now. Screw it, I'm
Yeah,
done.
no, I definitely shoot it with laser.
Okay.
There's laser.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just lighting
also,
it up.
Zach, that was clearly technology designed after
geez.
your mining laser
Nice. Okay.
Oh,
that the
ouch.
crows took in session 1.
All right. Thought projecting.
Oh, that sounds like you're going first then.
Yeah. Like, Geldax has been waiting. He was going to wait for the fleas to get there and then probably just open up while he's distracted.
All right, do it.
Oh, come on. Oh, it's better. So, when you fiercely assault on a 7 through 9, choose 1 and the GM chooses 2. I feel like I want to inflict savage, terrifying harm, frightening and dismaying my foes.
And that's a good place to start, right?
Yeah, probably. Somewhere so psionically just messing him up.
I think that it interferes with the crow's cybernetics,
Mm-hmm.
and they begin to spark and go haywire and emit this giant shrieking sound.
Yeah, we'll just turn down the earphones on the spacesuit and just keep going.
And then I get to pick 2 of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you do. Most certainly.
So I'm going to say the situation is destabilized and chaos will follow.
You don't say.
It's pretty
Yeah.
standard
Really?
for us, really.
And the crow turns to you and opens its giant gaping crow maw and begins to sweep that laser across the ground towards you.
Yeah. I'm a fire number.
And I'll tag you for a level harm.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll annoy me. Oh no, I'm indifferent. I'm sorry.
So there's damage levels and shit too, right?
Does that mean you just don't care about the situation anymore? Like, I did my thing. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
No, I
big
think that's
stuff.
what he's referring to.
Big
No,
stuff
literally,
can
my
get pretty
harm
hard.
boxes. My harm boxes are indifferent, annoyed, enraged, winded, dead. I give so very few fucks.
Because Adam's character can. Well, there was that move that gives Adam's character armor 2. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So Zach, what is the what are the tags on that mining laser that you got?
Brutal, ranged, and what's the aberrant? Were the 3?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so devastates the target and leaves with collateral damage. So I don't see here I'm running the game of the amount of damage that I should give you. Harm skill, okay. 1 harm, punch, kicks, or savage beatings, or more rats. 2, improvised weapons, claws, and teeth, attacking the dogs. 3, the best weapons modern artisans can make, a blow from one of the monsters of the fall. How much harm does your laser do?
I mean, I don't think it has a listed harm.
Okay.
Yeah, they usually don't.
Yeah, character weapons don't have harm they deal.
Okay.
They just have tags.
Huh.
So wait, does that mean when things attack Gus, that should have more damage against Matt, or is that?
Well,
Yeah.
I also have my spacesuit's armored out the wing long. So.
I'm going to say that that's a 3 harm attack on you, Matt.
Okay. So
What are the tags on your suit there, Matt?
sealed, hardened, and then I also have one of my things that I chose was one of my moves is hail beyond measure +1 armor.
Okay.
And
So yeah,
I'm,
plus that 1 armor immediately soaks one of the harm coming in.
okay.
Mike, does him having a a suit that is hardened and sealed against space help him further survive?
Hardened says negates disadvantage stemming from radiation, hacking, psionics, and stranger forces besides.
Okay, so I'm not doing any disadvantage. I'm just straight up taking harm. So I'll take 2 things of harm at that.
Yeah.
point.
But you get +1 armor against those specific types of damage. So if it's like a radiation blast from but you said it's laser because it's based
it's a
on
laser.
mighty
Laser.
It's a mighty laser. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a freaking laser. I'm all right with taking 2. That puts me up to annoyed.
And then sealed is lack of air, ambient infection, poison, or corrosion.
Pretty much. Like, it blasts me, knocks me around a bit.
And and it also it does the equivalent of the same sort of level of damage to your vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
That'll screw up the buggy right proper.
So you were in the Kirby sphere, or were you riding shotgun in
I was riding shotgun with you.
No.
All right. So let's do who's next? I think Jonathan's gotten that. Said some fleas. Adam or Zach, do you guys want to take an action here?
Thought you were
I think the rivals think it's whoever goes first is going to fail. So neither one of us wants.
I'm happy to go first.
Go for it.
So, yeah, I guess I'm going to go berserk.
Berserk.
And basically, I just imagine he drives his trike up towards wherever, I don't know if you want to say the pile of crows or the main crow, whatever we have to fight. That's where's closer. And then goes into a power slide and launches himself off the trike towards his enemy. And probably, starts, I don't know what the hell losing your uplift looks like, or loose uplift might look like. Maybe a bit of foaming at the mouth or something.
Let's say you start foaming, your pupils go blank.
Well, bearing in mind that he's not a bear that walks like a person, right? Like they're people with he'd be a person with earth sign qualities. So maybe those get exacerbated. Maybe they're bigger.
You say that, but we have hide. Or you chose
I did.
natural hide?
We have hide, right? But we're not I'm not my character's a hyena person, but she's not just like a hyena that walks on 2 legs, right? She's got part of a human face with some hyena parts there. And
Okay.
Maybe he's an offshoot of an earlier brand that is more
maybe.
animal.
Or because the uplift wasn't as
Successful.
or they tried to put more of the bear qualities into a human clone or a human combo.
Yeah, or
And
they
that
might
basically means that the bear sometimes overwhelms.
Or they tried to put human into bear instead.
Yeah. They kept as much bear as possible because you were supposed to be some sort of super soldier, probably.
Yeah,
or
shock
something,
troops
right?
or something. So, yeah, I now I imagine it more like more of an anime power up where there's something bulks up. And
Oh my god, he's like the guy from Altered Beast.
The pupils sort of
Power
disappear.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is just another fierce assault though in the end, with advantage.
Do it.
Another 9. You want to help out and gain the glory here, Miss Laser wielding?
Sure, I will. From the wreckage of the dune buggy, I'll flag down a passing one of my tribe members and jump on the back of their 4-wheeler, standing there with my laser cannon out, providing cover fire for Kato as he smashes into the crow.
Awesome.
How do I do? Do I just say I do that, or do I?
No, you basically roll an applicable stat and hoping we roll well.
All right. Well, it seems like force is probably the most applicable.
Yeah.
Boom. I rolled okay.
So yeah, so I get bumped up to the next rank, and you share my consequences.
Yay!
So it's a 10 plus. So I think this will clear our avenue of escape so that we can help get everyone out of here safely if we need to, if the retreat becomes necessary, since this is devolving into chaos. And I think I get something. I scavenge something valuable. We get a device for the family.
Okay.
Some of them sweet crow cybernetics.
I mean, you wanted to become cybernetic animal people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly what we're going for.
Awesome. Give me
So I
one
probably tore
second.
something off the crow.
So I'm trying to figure out like how like you kill things, right? Because how much damage is it overwhelms a thing?
I think with Matt's assault, he would have basically negated the threat of something. Like you might have to do you might say it takes 2 successful rolls to. It's basically whatever difficulty level you want to assign the situation. If it's a simple fight, 1 fierce assault might be enough to drive off the enemy.
Okay.
But you could say, well, that's a partial clearing of the field. You've gotten rid of the lesser crows, but now you need to get one more success on the main crow to clear the situation. Because that's how I kind of read things.
Or maybe we grounded the big cyber crow, and so they
Yeah,
can't
we-
fly off and try to get us, or...
Go
Yeah.
call in the reinforcements properly. Now they're just kind of like watching as their leader gets curb stomped.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's
Curbs.
yeah. I like the idea of you tearing off like the controlling the cyber controller on the back of the crow, and like it's got this massive box of additional tech and like batteries and like he's got these wires that go into the back of the cyber crow's head. And you like wrench it off it like with main force, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you got a 9, right?
Yeah, 10 actually.
Okay. So and I don't believe there's a lot of negative side effects there.
I mean, you
Fiercely
still get-
assault on a 10, you get GM chooses 1.
Yes.
So this is perfect. Okay, so and as you like wrench the crow's head, as you're pulling off this the crow's cybernetic attachments, like it flares its wings out, and it's got these giant like metal like slicing wingtip things, and like winds up like kind of like trying to wing buffet you, and Zach, you get sliced with these massive wings.
The crow with blades.
That's right.
Okay.
The blade.
Cool. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I imagine I get like knocked off the back of the ATV that I was riding as well.
Yeah.
Just keep on losing vehicles.
Right. As the crow like flails wildly trying to get Bearman off of it,
Okay.
and like it goes to like blast you in the face, and it's like the battery pack is like torn out of its body, so it's unable to fire the laser.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so it tries to cut you with its razor wings. That sounds metal
Okay.
as all hell.
All right. So am I taking harm?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with 3.
With 3 harm.
It's a free beast before a monster before the fall.
Okay. Great. I will use my "This Won't Kill Me" move. When you suffer harm, roll plus steel. So I'll do that now. Okay. On a 10 plus, choose 2. I will take 1 less harm, so I'll only take 2 harm.
Nice.
And then I will check real quick. I will ignore all wounds until the danger has passed.
Also, your tough armor will negate another point
Oh, nice.
because it negates disadvantage stemming from physical impacts, hail, landslides, suppressing fire, etc. Get plus 1
Cool.
armor.
So yeah, then I am bruised. It catches on some spare piece of metal or something that I'm wearing under my cloak, and as it smashes me off the back of the 4-wheeler, and I am land on my back huffing, trying to get some air into my lungs, but not nearly as perforated as it could have been.
Awesome. All right.
As my chauffeur like drives for cover.
No, save him. All right, cool. Yeah, and the cyber crow is largely like overcome with that. And Adam, the box in your hand appears to be at least partially broken. Like you don't. What's your tech knowledge?
I don't think it's much better than the rest of Zach's tribe.
We're not awesome at that. We don't have any lore bonuses.
Okay.
I'm
We
on
do
average.
have. We do have. Let me look it up here real quick. We have advantage on infiltrating and scavenging for resources. So I don't know if that has any bearing here.
Basically, I guess what a device is, it gives you the unleash power move that we can trigger at some point.
Yeah.
Yep. Or you can hold it as tech.
Yep.
Okay.
Give me a lore check here. Is Cameron still hear me? Test. Somebody say something. Okay, but my desktop audio is not. Okay. What in the blue hell is happening with my setup today? Somebody say something?
Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
All right, cool. This will be captured again.
Nice.
Hooray.
All right. Thanks, Blake. I didn't realize. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, some part of my system is fried. I'm gonna have to reconnect all the USB hubs and figure out what's going on. The lore check. You roll 6, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this thing is still making this metallic screeching noise.
Awesome.
Is that thing that like is obvious to me as well? Maybe I should take a look at that.
I mean, probably.
Would you have been anywhere near us while we were mixing it up with RoboCrow?
Well, I was like back there, and then as the fight happened, I'm pretty certain I like hid behind my vehicle. And I was like, ah!
Right after your fleas got vaporized.
My minions failed me.
The only sane choice.
So Zach, how much do you want to subjugate the crow people?
I was going to take the mining laser to their skyscraper because fuck these guys.
Actually, like Yelmax was literally just gonna cold stone walk in and just keep blasting.
Well, I mean, we could just unleash power too.
Yeah, we can do that. I think that would be fun. We can try it for sure.
We were rolling lore, but
a shot.
I mean, if you give it, like, we could have our resident mad scientist do it, because
He
I'm
doesn't
pretty sure
know.
he's got lore.
He knows literally nothing about electronic devices. Literally nothing.
Hand it to the egghead, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be staying clear of the enraged bear unless the bear has sort of come back to his senses.
Go back to
Nah,
it.
let him play with the bird.
enough to actually, I can't even use tools when I'm enraged. So I'm assuming I've come back to my senses after the crow stopped moving as much.
Yeah, the
I
cyber
have something in
crow.
my hand.
Yeah. Perhaps there are other crows waiting in the wings. But as for now, it's just the one.
See, I was waiting for more of them to come down.
Yeah, I will just, while anything else here is going to be cutting the cyber crow in half. It's job one.
Okay.
It's not standing back up. At least cutting sizable enough pieces off it that I'm. And then I'm gonna see about like mining lasering. How far away are we from their like roosted skyscraper?
I mean, narratively close, right? Like the shot is pulled back enough so that it seems like it looms over the entire scene, but there's nothing that's going to prevent you from getting closer.
All right, I am going to I will then turn my mining laser on the skyscraper, and either they're going to come stop me, or I'm going to tear down their building.
Okay.
Oh, they can try.
I mean, that seems reasonable to roll with fiercely attack, but like I feel like we flip back briefly to like the family scene that happened before this, where you're convincing the CCCP to authorize an expedition out to revenge stomp the crows, and like there's like the master plan, right? Like y'all had some sort of plan to like a bomb or like a kaiju call or like something to annihilate them. Like that's where this would come into play, right?
Yeah.
Or is the goal just to mining laser them to nothing?
I don't know if we have access to bombs. Like I don't think if we do, they're like scavenged and precious. So that would Mars is a pretty big deal for probably.
That would be considered a device to a certain extent.
Right.
So yeah, we can plan a device. Like, are there going to be like raccoon people running past me?
Yes.
Like in
orange vests.
Yeah. Each carrying three of them, each carrying like one corner of like some weird triangular thing. There's like four groups of them that are rushing towards
rolling barrels of stuff. Like, yeah, that feels like
barrels with like wires and stuff coming off of them.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were gonna like that way or like you were gonna have like some sort of like the kaiju call, like worm sign sort of thing to spike people.
We have also already established that my laser angries up the kaiju if they're nearby, right?
Right.
Because it doesn't emit EM somehow.
So that's also an option, but I think we would have come with our own destructive devices or plan, and then that's the secondary option,
right? So, like, give me a. It's not claimed by force, though. Huh.
No, that would be unleash power.
Unleash power.
Yeah, unleash power would be like to use the device. Don't know if there is.
I don't know if there's well, actually, there is a family level move for this sort of thing.
Well, let's do. I mean, the idea here is that you're unleashing the marvel of the world before, like, right? The GM gives you few. Well, you know what the device is, right?
It's a bomb,
right? So, or yeah, it's a device to destroy a building.
Yeah, it's demolition something.
Yeah, demolition charges, right? Oh man, we could have had like this entire like build up to this where you get like, oh, that's Blades, where you find the buildings plans in the archive. All right, yeah. So give me a unleash. Let's see how well this works.
All right, I'm a Viking at lore. It's not true at all. It's just not true. I don't suck though.
I mean, that 6 helped. Yeah.
You get 2.
Pick 2.
Pick 2. The device does exactly what you wanted. Can be used again. Nah. Doesn't arouse other devices in the environment. You avoid the device's side effects. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so it does exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
That's gotta be fixed. I don't think it can be used again. It's a bomb.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like avoiding the side effects is the choice here, but like you don't rouse other devices in your environment is such a strong option too.
I think I'm gonna go with avoid the device's side effects, and we're gonna have RoboCrow round 2, whatever. Here. So I'm going to. This device does exactly what he wanted, which is destroy the building.
Yeah.
And we avoid the device's other effects, or the device's side effects.
Right.
But the device can be used again, and we do rouse other devices in the environment.
Okay. So there is like a high pitched whining sound. There's like a far off boom that you feel more than you hear, and then a far off whining sound, and then like from the sky, this massive thing like impacts the ground near the collapsing building, and like unfolds itself as like a gun platform, and just does this thing where it like scans briefly around, and then like starts stomping. This Metal Gear-esque thing starts stomping around the area, like scanning back and forth, and like mumbling it to itself in some sort of robotic thing. It's like, and it's just like walking around the perimeter here, trying to figure out what destroyed the building.
That seems good, actually. I'm into this. Okay, well, we're going to withdraw our raccoon people. Like, we're going to sort of avoid the thing.
Put them all back in the trunk.
Yeah. I see no reason we should stay here. This is
Fly our
back
mission
issue.
accomplished banner all the way back home.
Exactly. Maybe we can wrap it around that thing's sensors somehow. Unless somebody wants to try.
I mean, that's some sweet tech.
I mean,
But
Matt, does the fawn recognize it?
that is a very good question. Do we recognize it? Oh dear. It looks like it could have been one of their weird pacification devices they had for the fall. But we tried to avoid getting familiar with those. However, they got crushed really well by the kaiju.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So there's now this mech stomping around the area. We're just gonna leave that there for the future for anybody who wants to try to claim that resource again.
That's good. Are we able to salvage anything else out of the wreckage of the Crow? Aggregate world space. God.
Well, I think that the ruins of the building and the bot are there to be claimed as
For later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we destroyed the Crow area. It's now like a twisted wreckage laying on the ground.
Yep.
Because whatever we had could melt steel beams. And then now there's a giant gun robot. Great. Maybe we'll be the mech animal. The mechanimals.
Mechanicals.
All right, yeah. So I mean, that's the zoomed in character piece for that. Oh, do we zoom back out to the family layer?
I mean, if we were to, at that point, I could potentially see the Fawn trying to take the mech by force. Basically, Gelnak's going back and going, no, seriously, if we can get this, we might be able to reverse engineer and get some stuff out of it. And convincing his people to go after it.
I also had the adventure that I wanted my
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, we should do that first.
Yeah, we could do that. Let's go do that.
yeah.
So it's not. I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts. But so I think. Let's see, Andreas. Where get to my right layer here. Character mode. So what I wanted to Andreas to do was that he, after establishing this area for his people and leading them there, he's kind of wandered off onto a journey of introspection, trying to figure out why he is the way he is. There's probably been some more mutations, and in fact, the tool up part of zooming in on him means his body has changed again.
Okay.
So I get a free outfit or weapon tag, but that's just the mechanics of that. So I think he's gone back to where he can first remember coming, or his first earliest memories are in Cultisttown.
Okay.
And he's looking around, trying to find something that might give him clues as to how this happened. Where and I basically want to play around with this research facility that's there.
All right, that's fair. Let's do it.
I don't know. I mean, I certainly could bring followers along if people wanted to be involved as well.
I mean, that would be the idea here, I would think.
Yeah. You can have to bring around, more kaiju cultists. Is the Cultisttown thriving still?
I certainly think it's still there. I think there's still a stable population, but I don't think it's thriving. I think that a lot of people left either for the Church of Landfall or for the new land over in New Valley Land.
Start my more of that.
That's just where the water is.
Okay, cool. All right. So, yeah, are you asking the other factions if they want to join you, or are you just going to have them gen up quick characters?
I feel like this would be more of a quick character situation. I mean, not everybody has to join in if they don't want to, but they're welcome to. I don't know if Andreas would be. I don't think he would have went to the other families for this. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
I think the other families were kind of
Occupied.
Yeah.
with a lot of stuff, so that would make sense.
Yeah, so if somebody wanted to, they could probably be somebody local, or
Yeah, there could be like local clergy, local paladin, martyrs, whatever that you want to take for
Bison Paladin.
your inheritance move.
Love for that.
Bison Paladin. Nice. Okay. All right. So you want to gen up some quick characters? Or,
Yep, give me a sheet and I'll do it.
sure.
Sure.
Let's throw a couple more sheets on this.
There actually is a quick character selection for the people level.
It's
Character
it's one
mode.
of the thing of, I don't know if it'll mess up my character as it stands currently.
No, I'm saying if you get a new sheet.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
not actually on your.
Right.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
Yep. Totally is.
yeah. I think I'm like a local dog person. Just looking to convert. Or at least curious about conversion.
I mean, you get all my family stuff. You're part of my family, so
Oh, okay.
maybe you're a new convert
So I have converted already. Okay.
because you get all my stuff.
Take all that stuff. So we've got that. Yeah, we have quick.
All right. So a new player should be added to everybody.
There we go.
not know the dogma. What are the bonuses for your?
It is sway or steal.
Oh, same as mine. Okay. And then the inheritance moves.
You could also pick an inheritance move that you can resurrect someone if you want to die.
Yes. Yes. I'm into this. One of Loop's death move is you can say that somebody else can't die.
Oh, nice. Sacrifice yourself.
Yeah. So I was going to use that on your character. Be like, no. No kaiju eating for you. Stop.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. We are looking at.
So for your assets, you have the infectious madness weapon, which I imagine for the layperson in the religion, it's probably some sort of gem embedded in the forehead, which is it's alien tech. So sure.
Yep.
You're wearing some sort of blessed heirlooms, which would be the outlandish costumes. Whatever we decided. Outlandish ceremonial wear, practical ceremonial wear. That was it. No, outlandish and practical. So that is your armor, and I guess the expertise and the evangelist doesn't necessarily come into it, but you could be an evangelist. And you're good at communicating with others.
Definitely taking that.
I don't know. Do I want clergy, blood for blood, paladin?
I mean, the weapons are already aberrant, so paladin.
Yeah, that's true. Paladin's not that useful. Guess I could do clergy. I was kind of thinking that way, anyways. Yeah, I'll go with clergy.
Free armor tag.
Mm-hmm. And assume we're harmless, deadly, mystical, self-sacrificing.
Let's see.
Okay.
We're going to go with self-sacrificing unless otherwise noted. Not necessarily in the sense that it means.
I'm an uplifted golden retriever.
Bark, bark, bark.
Say a narrow field which you are an expert in: scavenging, diplomacy, hunting. Probably hunting.
Retrieving.
Retrieving. I'm a retrieval expert. I'm a retrieval expert. And my move is martyr. Someone in arm's reach would take harm. You can jump away and take.
Yep.
I'm a good
Good dog.
Good boy. Best boy.
Excellent. All right. We've got a character, Brother Felonius. Keeps himself bundled in the garb of the Red Path. So he's got the red robes and like the foam Godzilla head strapped on. You can't really see anything outside of his eyes.
Like Hulk hands.
Yeah, with the Hulk hands too. Like they're somehow weirdly articulated, but like still like completely ineffectual looking.
You get electronic smashing sounds when you punch things.
Yeah. It goes "Brr, brr."
And on the third day, we smashed a building.
He actually has like a little like Godzilla siren thing.
Screehawk. All right, so is everybody ready for nonsense? Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So, what is it that you're looking for inside of the research facility? You just want to explore it?
So yeah, I feel like this has some sort of answer as to how I was created. or how why I can do the things I can do, and it's sort of going against the religion in a sense that I should accept these as blessings of the kaiju and not think they're providence of man.
Right. Okay. So you getting to the facility is not a problem, and
So I should have also been clear that I'm marking the rebel role on this one. It's mark when you seek answers to the mysteries of your creation. Say one thing you remember of that time, and the one thing I remember is this research facility. So maybe the location had been lost, and I remember a path or something through the forest that should lead to this facility.
well, I mean, the facility's known, but like it's locked, or like it's in a vault
Okay.
underground, or like to get into the building, you've got to figure out a way in. Is that what is the key code to the door a thing that was passed down to you the secret that you have?
Yes, there's probably. I'm trying to think of some sort of a rhyme or a song that.
I was gonna say there was a mnemonic that was given to you.
Yeah, like that my caretaker passed on.
All right, we should totally figure that out for like next time, and like mine like the Mothra theme song for it or something, right? Because I'm sure there was something about like 1, 2, Godzilla's coming for you, 3, 4, I don't know. So yeah, you're able to use to manipulate this ancient device in order to get the facility doors to open, and it's this bizarre pad with unknown runes scrawled across it, just like and you're given like a brooch, like this sacred thing that's kept in like the highest security boxes, the highest security of your people, and it's like this picture of a person, this nondescript picture of a person on like this blue bit of plastic, and you put this against the device and you press the strange runes, and the door unlocks and allows you to go to the facility.
Sacred portrait.
And the sacred portrait, yes, it's like a cameo sort of thing, and inside the facility, the door unlocks when you do that, and like ancient fluorescent lighting kind of begins to flicker on as you step in. Zach, your hands up.
No, I was doing the flickering thing.
Oh, the flickering thing. And as you enter this old facility, and there's like these low tables and old chairs next to the door, upon which are bits of colorful paper with more of these strange runes on them. And the hallway like continues onwards past a glass booth and like deeper into the facility.
So what happens when you tag a roll in play, you get to either raise a stat by 1 or get a new move. So I've chosen to take the new move Eternal Memories. It's when I come upon a remnant of the fall, roll plus lore. So I have a feeling this facility is a remnant of the fall, unless you want it to be a specific item. So I'm going to try rolling on lore to see if I can recognize any of these things, like how to, get further in over this facility or any kind of details.
Yeah, I mean, it's either this or Forge a Path sort of thing. So, like, if this is successful, it'll take you deeper where you want to go.
Okay. Oop, it rolls over there. Okay, so 8. On a hit, where'd it go? On a hit, get 1 data, and the GM tells you something you remember about it from before the world was broken.
Okay, so, like, places like this were, like, gene therapy clinics. Right, like you would go here if you had a problem and you needed to get them the like, and ancient physicers would tend to the sick here, but it wouldn't be like the coughing sicknesses or the burning sickness that people get nowadays. This is like sicknesses, generational sicknesses, as they were called. And you could go here to get certain things like fixed or changed.
Okay. I know someone who would love this facility. Or
Who would that be, my lord?
it's just one of those that holds to the foolish notions that I guess science has all the answers.
There is only one way to become one.
Indeed. So let's press on deeper into the facility, I guess.
So you're able to you've got this ancient memory of like how the computer systems work effectively.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to unlock several doors that give you direct access instead of like having to go through, the patient wings, right? Or the
Right.
the experimental basements, right? And now you only have whatever things are free and wandering around are the only things to worry about at this point. So as you get deeper into the facility, it becomes less and less like the walls and like the floor and the ceiling, and it becomes less homogeneous. It's less of this poured concrete look to it, and more bizarre. Like nooks have been carved into the walls where little figurines have been stashed, that all like of tiny humanoid figures, in various states of like cowering, fearful, or knelt in supplication, or debased in prayer, or like heads pressed to the floor, or like cowering sort of things. And it starts off just a couple at a time until you get to the point where like every surface is carved with these things placed within them at the floor and the ceiling. And as you walk over the floor, you kind of like crunch on the tops of them.
Lovely.
This was a place of worship.
Pick one up and
Yeah, it appears to just be a stone carving.
I smell it.
There's definitely like a bio residue on it. It has to lick it. Yeah.
Lick. Determine if it is bone.
Right. No, it's not bone. It's just stone, and it's apparently it's like carved from the material of this building. It's this weird this stone that you've never seen before. That's kind of like uniformly gray, and not crumbly per se, but it doesn't have that. It's not stone. It's not rock. It's some stone-like material that is not rock. It's not any sort of igneous or sedimentary rock that you're familiar with. It's building rock. That's a properly post-apocalyptic word for what I'm talking about. And as you get deeper, there's like Adam, you remember that there are. Well, no, wouldn't be. Which one of you is like the fighty type?
I think me, sort of, but also Adam's character.
Did you make a character, Jonathan, or were you sitting out?
No, I made a character. It just doesn't really come up yet.
Okay.
So let's.
I mean, if you pick the martyr, that kind of makes like you'd be in the lead or something.
Yeah, I imagine I'm going to be walking like 2 steps in front of you and stopping every couple of seconds to make sure people are behind me.
All right, Zach. So I'm going to put you in the driver's seat. Like, what happens next here?
I will follow my nose down the hallway here, looking for any sign. Are the lights still on and flickering in this part of the... Yeah,
it's all on and like steady now, and there's just this
Okay.
this hum, this buzz that follows you everywhere you go. Overhead
Yeah,
buzz.
I'm gonna be like trying to find old scents or old signs of things that were here. I'm pretty good at finding and bringing things back. So I imagine I've probably been in old ruins before.
Right.
Maybe not of this specific type, but like I know what to look for, like recent habitation, traffic, what sort of areas look like they've been used the most, that sort of thing.
So you continue falling down this hallway of recessed statuettes, and you come to like these two large, like cylindrical pillars that are like against the corner of the in the corners of the end of the hallway before a set of double doors.
Okay.
And you haven't seen anything like these pillars in the rest of the facility. They stand out, and they smell different than everything else around you.
Okay. Okay. I will point them out, and then go investigate closer. See what I can ascertain from sight, sound, smell, touch if necessary.
They
taste.
smell like old things, like old organic stuff. And there's like a seam that you're able to pry at and like kind of swivel these things open, and there's just like these emaciated, semi-corpse looking things that appear to have just withered away in these little cylindrical coffins.
Ew.
Poor soul.
Okay. Do they have any clothes? Any sort of defining? They look like anything, basically.
They have like you find like scraps of blue cloth that they once may have used to adorn their flesh. But the odd thing is that they have these bat wings coming out of their otherwise normal human bodies.
Oh, it seems normal. Okay.
I read the litanies of preparation for them.
And as you pass the final door into this, it's like an operating theater, but it's set down into the ground, so you have to descend into it. And there are these massive cylindrical vats of filled with glowing yellow fluid that are like gently bubbling. There's 4 of them surrounding an even bigger green one. That's just massive. It's not like kaiju massive, but it's rather large, like 10 feet across and like 30 feet high, maybe 50 feet high would be better. So you've got these smaller yellow bubbling yellow containers and this massive green one.
You just ringing some bells here, boss?
Yeah, I think this is another lore roll.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, could I take a look at my holy scriptures and see if I have any mention of such a place?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the unearthed forgotten lore.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it's a good thing I've got a 1 in my lore. Whoop, whoop. Yes. All right. So I got an 8 for unearthing forgotten lore.
Page 55.
You get to ask one question.
1 solitary question. How can I turn it to my advantage?
So you look at your book of your scripture until you can find something that looks vaguely like this, and there is a description of the 5 pillars, the pillars of light and the pillar of creation, and it talks about how the old masters were able to pull to harvest the good from lesser creatures and bind it to a greater being. And it shows like a bat going into one of the cylinders, and a person with wings coming out the other side.
So you'll flip open the book to the page. Look, Master, what we have found.
So you're like a hunchback now.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Quasimodo, yeah.
Like he has no. You can't see his face except for like his glowing yellow eyes and like the crystal in his forehead.
Yeah. I'm most curious, is it possible to see anything in the tank? Are the tanks just liquid, or is there actually anything in them?
They're mostly opaque liquids, so you'd have to like go fishing around in there to see if there's anything inside of them.
Oh, okay. Is there any other equipment in the room beyond the table and the 5 cylinders?
Yeah, there's going to be like like massive tubes, like flexible tubing that pump these liquids into like out of the floor and into the cylinders, and then like there's like a switch, right? Like a giant old fashioned switch that you could throw at one end, and like we'll just go full mad scientist. We'll say that like there's like a split in the ceiling to like open it to the sky.
Catch that lightning.
Exactly.
Electricity is a great catalyst.
I'm in the background, like circling one of the glass tubes and staring at my reflection.
And there's like an octopus tentacle, like kind of like, and then goes back out and back into the murkiness. Something cephalopoidal.
If you give me too long, I'm going to drink one from one of the bats.
I don't.
Is this what you seek, Master?
This does provide me information. It does provide me most useful insight into the function of this place, and possibly could be used in the future to bring us closer to God. The gods? No, I think there would be a singular god of kaiju.
There is only one great destroyer, Master, and he is yet to come.
Oh, yes.
What?
All right. Probably wrap it up there, Adam. And is there anything else that you want to do here? You want to put one of your followers in and see what happens?
The quiet one in the back. You go. Take a swim. No, I don't. I feel like this will be a sacred chamber that bears further.
Later.
Yeah.
Later investigation.
Mm-hmm. Seems about right.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm fine ending it there.
Seems about right.
All right. So, thank you all for watching. This has been Legacy of Life Among the Kaiju. This is I hope you've had as much fun watching as we've been playing it. I don't think that we have a interview tomorrow.
Yeah, with Mr. Eric Vulgaris.
Yeah. All right. So be sure to tune into that. It's gonna be awesome. We've been trying to line up for a while, so get hype. Yeah. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Anybody want
All right, folks.
to play us out? Awesome. All right. Thanks, y'all.